I now live here, you see, in that shack over there. They fixed it for me with tin sheets. I cannot leave this area at all. Here we have our property, our land. We want to live here, work here and feed ourselves. I can never leave here.
Fatma not only lost her husband who was killed during the military operation in Gaza 2 months ago, she also lost her home. Hers was one of over 3,000 other houses that were destroyed beyond repair. Others were a little bit more fortunate.
We are now in the area of Tell al-Hawa. We started from this corner here to survey the damages in this residential neighborhood. The apartment of Suhail Abu Aglain was hit by a shell that destroyed the kitchen and the interior of the house. It made living in it very difficult. They had to use the bathroom and their children's bedroom for cooking.
I now do all my cooking, my work and my kneading here.
Like more than 7,000 other families, Ghada's house was assessed to have sustained severe partial damages. The assessment of both Fatma's and Ghada's houses was part of a comprehensive survey that started immediately after military forces withdrew from Gaza. The survey formed the basis of an immediate relief scheme that was funded by the Palestinian Authority and implemented by UNDP to enable families to deal with impacts of the destruction of their houses.
Out of the 10,000 cases that we have, 7,000 of them are minor damage cases, 3,000 are full damage cases. We've managed to pay 7,000 beneficiaries, so it's 2/3 actually of the beneficiaries, with the total amount of around 50 million Israeli shekels, equivalent to 13 million US dollars.
For people whose houses sustained damages, the process was simple.
UNDP's team of engineers came to our area and visited our house to assess the damages. Later they asked us to come here to the bank in order to collect our compensation.
However, for UNDP and partnering NGOs, the task of documenting the damages was not as simple.
UNDP assessment teams were divided into groups to survey house damages throughout the Gaza Strip, from Rafah to Beit Hanun. We would descend on an area and divide it into sections. Each team was responsible for a section and had to survey every single house. We did a very comprehensive survey. Some families did not have their ownership papers because the house was completely damaged. But we would check with the neighbors or the mayor of the area. We also did individual investigations to double-check on ownership status. In areas where we found major damage and could not find the homeowners, we would leave our mobile phone numbers with their neighbors so they could call us back. We had to revisit many cases during the survey period and afterwards when we finalized our files.
Over 10,000 houses were surveyed, each with a complete assessment file, including a social profile, ownership documents, and an assessment of the damages incurred.
Look, we are rebuilding Gaza through paper and hard work.
These words reflect an unfortunate reality at the time being. Repair of damaged houses cannot be done until construction materials are allowed into Gaza, which has not been the case for over 2 years. For now, those files provide the basis for assisting Gazans to deal with their losses and get on with their lives.
UNDP has been distributing modest sums of resources to families that have lost their homes. These sums, they ranging from $1,000 to $5,000. $5,000 is for totally destroyed houses or shelters, $3,000 for partially destroyed shelters, and $1,000 for minor destructions. This compensation is essentially to allow these families to regain dignity and to go about their lives and to respond to immediate needs that they may have at their own discretion.
Living in the temporary shack in the front yard of her damaged house, with the little that she was able to save, is all what Fatma can do now to reclaim her life. What she misses most is seeing her children and grandchildren every day, as she used to, when their home once sheltered them all together.
My sons have been scattered, each in a different place. I do not see them or their children. I do not see anybody. We have been totally deprived of each other. At best, I see them once every 3 or 4 days.